How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan. Born to battle. Start just means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the sun shines bright, that's where we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. And Cowboys Nation, I hate when I get that feeling in my gut. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all get that feeling in your gut sometimes, but I hate when I get that feeling in my gut. That feeling that when, as fans, once again, we're asking for the players to do more than they should be doing at this point in time. Now, we have these high expectations for a number of these players coming off of injury, trying to save the season that has already had high expectations placed upon it. What am I talking about, Cowboys Nation? Well, let's get down to the nitty-gritty during this Raw and Uncut. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, Raw and Uncut.
Man, keeping it real. Man, keep it real. That's real.
Cowboys Nation, first and foremost, I want to warn you, but don't shoot the messenger. But ever since this Dallas Cowboys team hired Brian Schottenheimer to be the head coach, I've come on my channel asking for Cowboys Nation just to temper your expectations just a little bit when it comes to this year. Since the start of the regular season, I've spoken about the 4-year plan when it comes to the success of our Dallas Cowboys. But for some reason, Cowboys Nation just doesn't want to hear that. For some reason, Cowboys fans think Brian Schottenheimer is going to be that coach that does something no other coach has done in NFL history, and that's make it to a Super Bowl championship in their first year at coaching. Now we go into this week, week 11, 3-5-1. The Dallas Cowboys fan base is expecting a couple of players to come back from injury and just dominate the field in DeMarvion Overshown and Siobhan Revel Jr. After both players have been out for over a year trying to make it back from injury reserve, now they're expected to go out there and be the players to bring this defense back to its glory days. I'm here to once again tell Cowboys fans just to temper your expectations just a little bit for this year. Sure, I've caught myself putting a lot of expectations on DeMarvion Overshown, saying when DeMarvion Overshown gets back, how the linebacking core is going to change for the better, how we have a dog in the middle of the field, even though I truly hope that he can come back and have the career that he envisioned for himself having when he got drafted. I got to take a step back into reality and give him time to do so because it's not going to happen overnight, Cowboys Nation. I don't want to put all these expectations on Siobhan Revel Jr. and DeMarvion Overshown's shoulders so that they can go out there and get hurt again. To keep it a buck, I don't want to see DeMarvion Overshown or Revel out on the field too much during the Raiders game this Monday. I hope that Eberflus and Brian Schottenheimer put them out on the field sparingly during the Las Vegas Raiders game. Keep them on a pitch count because I believe we can beat the Las Vegas Raiders with them being on a pitch count, saving them for the games that we truly need them in, and that's the games against the Eagles and the Chiefs. But this is what this is all about, Cowboys Nation. It's about time. This current Dallas Cowboys team has gone through a complete regime change while having some key players leave the team altogether. So far this season, we've seen how the departures of a transitional talent in Micah Parsons, a dominant cornerback in Jordan Lewis, and a talented defensive end in DeMarcus Lawrence can affect this Dallas Cowboys defense as a whole. Coupled with the fact that the defensive coordinator Jerry and Stephen Jones decided to pair Brian Schottenheimer with, this Dallas Cowboys defense needs time to get acclimated to the defensive scheme of Matt Eberflus. And I know, Cowboys Nation, we're starving for success. Over here in Cowboys Nation, we are starving to get back to the Super Bowl. Even though this 30-year drought doesn't affect Jerry and Stephen Jones, it certainly affects Cowboys Nation, and it makes the fan base desperate for a championship. Wanting to go all in during every single offseason and acquire the biggest names free agency has to offer. Wanting this organization to throw each and every draft pick caution to the wind just to bring talent to this organization now when winning this year hasn't really been the plan and honestly is a fairy tale scenario. And I know what you're going to say, Cowboys Nation. Damn, Angry. Why you gotta be so negative? But I'm gonna put it to y'all like this. I could go on this platform and fill y'all heads with everything positive, but I honestly feel like that would be robbing you of the truth. I'd be doing a disservice to each and every Dallas Cowboys fan that tunes into the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel by saying that this Dallas Cowboys team is equipped with the talent to win it all this year. I gotta keep it real with y'all, I gotta keep it real with myself, and I gotta give y'all this raw and uncut. But the organization has been doing things that I hadn't seen them do in years, and that's good for the immediate future, Cowboys Nation. They decided to trade away Micah Parsons and got a boatload of talent in return. Kenny Clark, Quinnen Williams, Logan Wilson, Jadeveon Clowney, and a 2026 first-round pick. Now this team needs the time to get it all on the same page to be able to be competitive in the NFC, much less the NFL. And so far during this regular season, we've witnessed this Dallas Cowboys defense truly struggle with comprehending Matt Eberflus's scheme and his playbook. We have seen blown coverages. We've seen safeties getting beat over the top. The edges not being sealed. We've seen cornerbacks being put in blenders. Now we're starting to see the offense struggling to get their top players involved at the same time. These are not things that's going to get your team to a Super Bowl and win said Super Bowl. Sure, you could get lucky, but I don't want luck to be the driving force for this Dallas Cowboys team. I want the driving force to be talent and coaching, not relying on the refs' calls to go your way during the game, not looking for handouts, looking for dominance out on the field. But this Dallas Cowboys team needs time to put it all together, Cowboys Nation. I'm not talking about 5 to 10 years. I'm not talking about that far down the road, but I am talking about this year. Using this year as a preseason, so to speak, seeing that we don't believe in using our players, our starting players during the regular preseason. They need time to mesh. They need time to gel. They need time to get used to the offensive and defensive changes that have been made and the schemes that have been put together by the new coaching staff. We expect this team to go out there and be the best in the NFL with a year one head coach and a defensive coordinator that got fired from the last 2 positions that he's been employed in. Granted, he was the head coach in those spots, but you would think with less responsibility, he'd be able to get it right, but it really doesn't look like he's getting it right, and it looks like he needs time to do so. But that's time that Cowboys Nation feels that it doesn't have. So I pray that the players that are coming off of season-ending injuries don't have everything dumped on their shoulders all at once trying to make a run for the playoffs this year. I want this Dallas Cowboys team to go out there and do their jobs to the best of their abilities without the expectations of making it to a Super Bowl. If you're successful in doing your job, then that success will radiate amongst your teammates and will show out on the field. Owners, GMs, coaches, and players alike. But let's not put the expectation of Super Bowl on this team every single year. There's a difference between a standard and an expectation. That's like expecting the offense to go out there and have shootouts with every single team that we face and coming out on top, all because the defense can't seem to get it right. I don't care what quarterback you have at the quarterback position, that is a far-fetched plan to go out into any game with. But would I like this Dallas Cowboys team to run the table and make it to the playoffs this year? Absolutely, Cowboys Nation. I would love nothing more than for Brian Schottenheimer and company to prove me wrong, make it to the playoffs, and go on a deep playoff run. But at the same time, I gotta be realistic with my expectation, Cowboys Nation. I have to be realistic at what I've seen out on the field when it comes to miscommunication, blown coverages, missed assignments, over-targeting players, play calling, and so on. I have to be honest with myself, and I have to be honest with all of you Angry Cowboys fan family members. Just because we don't make it to a Super Bowl this year doesn't mean that we won't be given a chance to do it next year. So I'm going to continue to root for this Dallas Cowboys team. I'm going to continue to support the players on this Dallas Cowboys team. And I'm definitely going to continue to be DC for life, keeping in mind the worst, but hoping for the best. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Cowboys Nation, are we putting way too much expectation on this Dallas Cowboys team this year? Are we putting too much expectation on the coaching staff this year? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to help the channel reach its current goal of 20,000 subscribers, Drop a like on this video, share this content with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device, make sure you hype this video. Doing so will ensure that this content will get out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans so that we can rep the Dallas Cowboys together. And if you're DC for life and you want the best from this Dallas Cowboys team, but understand that it's going to take time, it's not going to happen overnight, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdowns, or Madden 26 or College Football 26 gameplay. I'm not saying that this Dallas Cowboys team doesn't have the talent to turn it all around and make a run this year. All I'm saying is that I'm not going to add to the expectation that others are forcing on this team. This is year one, Cowboys Nation. Let's keep our expectations in check before we end up breaking our TVs because of our high expectations and how they weren't met. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.